Welcome to Critting After Dark, episode 8 in our Silver and Steel Witcher campaign. Make sure to check out all the social links beneath and below, whether you're watching this on Twitch or on YouTube. Let's go ahead right now and introduce our lovely characters here.
I am Kyle. I'm playing Kyron, the human barbarian.
I'm Ira. I'm playing Dwell, the elven rogue.
I'm Asher. I'm playing Wayne, the human bard.
All right, last session, after arriving in a cave and confronting / being confronted by these probably elven adversaries, party got inexplicably transported to the ruins of this strange dwarven underground. Upon exploring, they happened upon a man holding this dwarven woman hostage, as well as raising other dwarves from the dead and conjuring up this little dog-sized dragon. After a hard-fought but victorious battle, the gang learned that they're in the foothills of the Mahakam Mountains in eastern Temeria. Oh, and it's now 3 months after their encounter in the cave. Dees, the dwarven woman that they kind of rescued and came upon, leads the party towards their mining encampment. Okay, so as she explained last time, kind of about the time, what's going on, y'all come upon this mining encampment where you kind of see these kind of not dilapidated, but kind of just very temporary buildings. And you see these very kind of just dirty kind of dwarves. It's towards the end of the day, so they're kind of coming back from mining. You see these carts, this kind of just ore and everything, kind of putting it back. And there's not much in this town besides the little buildings. You see the kind of large tents kind of set about, and there's like one sturdy one kind of in the center. And judging by the passed out dwarf on the steps and kind of some other ones meandering about there, it's probably like the local watering hole or tavern. And so you kind of get led back to this, and you're kind of with Dees at this point. So she kind of turns, just like, well, given everything that's transpired, do you any set plans?
Right now, you mean? I'd like to lay down and do nothing for a bit.
I'd like food and drink and sleep.
Okay, well, I don't. We're a little bit outside of the town, and I'm sure there's probably somewhere around here you can go to. There's their little, again, very tavern. I don't think it really even has a name. They should kind of be able to help you out there. And thank you again for the help. And if perhaps I'll see you in the morning.
Perhaps so.
See you around.
All right. So you'll head to the little tavern.
Yeah.
All right. So you get to the tavern, and again, it's more or less boards kind of put up in this tent overhead. It's not that big. It's just enough to cover kind of where like the rain comes in. Inside it's maybe like 20 feet by 20. There's not really kind of tables as much as, or like kind of sit down tables, more kind of higher tables. People kind of stand at, somewhat kind of sit down, and just propped up little part in the corner. You can see like just like one big kind of keg back behind there, this wooden keg, and this very, very stout, very wide dwarf is just kind of there, like just kind of kind of fixing up some things, kind of moving it around.
Is he the only one in the tent?
He's kind of there, like he's there. There's kind of others just kind of going around, but for the most part, like no one's really there, like kind of doing anything yet. If some people are kind of in, they're just kind of going in and out and kind of all about.
So we'll go into the tent and kind of flag the guy down, I guess.
So he kind of sees you and just is like in a way like kind of a little bit confused and just like, oh, we don't see too many non-dwarven brothers around here. What can I do you for?
food and drink if you have it.
We'll kind of get it going here shortly. It's not quite ready. Everyone's kind of coming in back from the mines. Did you happen to work them?
Not
You could say that.
Yeah.
We just helped your friend Deez out of a dungeon, and it was quite a bit of work.
Oh, is that where she was at? Yeah, I kind of heard she was on the fritz a little bit, but people come and go here, very temporary workers, and yeah, a little bit of strange doings, I suppose. But you worked here? You traveling through, or?
Not really sure at this point. There's been a lot that's happened. Do you have the drink ready? How much longer until you're gonna be ready?
It's maybe 15, 20 minutes or so.
Cool. I slapped down 2 gold.
So
What are
he
you
kinda-
guys mining?
He
Any
kind of looks at the gold and goes, "Well,
any chance you can speed that up?
well, no, and we don't really payment. We're all kind of here the mining. We don't really charge anything. This is just really for the workers. But considering you helped Dees, we'll take that as payment's enough." And he kind of just like pushes the gold back towards you
Fair enough.
and goes, "It'll be ready. I promise."
What about a place to stay? Did you have an inn available in here somewhere? In town?
Well,
Empty
no.
cot, pile of straw.
Yeah, anything.
I'm sure we can find some straw, maybe an extra tent for you as well. But go ahead, take a seat. And he kind of like to the side. He kind of goes quickly and kind of pulls these little stools, like again because they're dwarven, they're a little bit small, but pulls these little stools out, like towards kind of where the tables are, like the kind of some lower ones, and kind of pulls those there and goes, well, I'll while they're kind of getting ready around here, and now a couple more people have come in to help out. He's like, I can go check and see if we can get some tents or some kind of leavings for you.
That'd be most helpful.
All right, so he kind of like gets to someone and kind of motions, says something to him real quickly, and they kind of take over with the prep work where he was, and he goes out of the tent.
Yeah, good.
Wait, while they were talking, Wayne will just, like, find somewhere to sit his ass down. Anywhere will do, really, as long as it's not in the mud.
Okay, yeah. So like he pulled those stools out for y'all to sit in.
I'll sit down and pray I don't break this thing.
Okay.
Like, very gingerly, I'm gonna sit.
They'd be like a child-sized chair, but much stronger than a child-sized chair, I'm imagining, because it's
Probably wider as well.
wider as well.
Kyron, roll
Shit.
a athletics check.
Athletics.
Butt check.
Like strength check. Do a strength check. There you go. A saving throw. Do a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Got it.
Yeah, let's see what this chair does.
That's a 12.
Okay. So you kind of sit in it, and again, while they're, even though they're dwarves, even though they're wide, they're still like kind of smaller. So you sit down, and it creaks a little bit, but you're good.
Okay.
You're good to go. It is stable.
Cool. Okay.
I think Dee's had a pretty good question. Where are we going to go from here? Do we try to get back to Novigrad?
I don't know the. I honestly am not sure where we are.
We're in East Temeria.
Yeah, but I don't know how far that is from Sedaris.
Well, we don't want to go to Sedaris, do we? Oh, well, I mean, Sedaris, as far as I understand, is on the western side of Temeria, and Novigrad is basically in the middle. So, well, not quite, but like, I guess closer to the coast to the west. So it's still a ways away.
Quite a ways away, yeah.
So,
But shouldn't we try to get back there to find Reyna?
well, I do have business in Novigrad, so I'd like to get back there eventually. And
I mean,
Oh yeah.
figure out. I mean, just figure out what happened. See if she's even still alive. We were supposed to meet here 48 hours, which
Yeah,
for
well,
us is up apparently.
look, I'm sure after we didn't show, she didn't, take it personally, and she moved on with her life, whatever it was. Right? I'm more concerned about Reinhardt if you know what I mean.
Would she have an idea of where to find him as well? If he's even still alive?
Well, yeah, we were directed towards Driftwood, weren't we? So the guild knew. I think. Ugh.
Well, they know he went. If I recall correctly, they know he went to the ruins, and then that
No,
would have
they
probably
didn't
been
know
the
that.
last that they
The
saw.
guild didn't know that. The guild knew he went to Driftwood, and then in
Right.
Driftwood, the Baroness knew that he went to the ruin, right?
Right.
There's also the plague out there. Whatever disease they're calling the plague, apparently ravaged through that area.
Yeah, that doesn't exactly make me want to go back, you know?
That is a fair point.
So I think since, she was, as far as I understood, she was on the Captain Simon of Novigrad, yeah? So we get back to him 3 months late, but still, we get back to him. And surely Raina went back to him and, told us we met and blah, 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 blah. So at least it's, it might be a point. If we want to find her, we should ask him. Because she could be anywhere now. And I don't want to go back to Sirius. If I can avoid it.
Fair.
That's fair.
So yeah, the question is, how the fuck are we going to get there?
To Novigrad, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Our horses.
Yeah.
Well,
Back there.
Apparently 3 months back there?
Hopefully we didn't. I don't think we
Well,
tied them up too tight, did we? I think we just kind of. Oh crap! We just starved 3 horses to death.
I'm sure someone found them and claimed them. I don't know.
well,
Are we not going to talk about the 3-month thing?
what is there to say? What do you want to? What is there to talk about?
Well, What happened?
Okay, so does Wayne, he doesn't know much about teleportation, but is it fair to assume that sometimes there can be like mishaps and that kind of thing can happen?
Yeah, like through teleportation, you can mess it up and not everything get through there, and maybe you don't transport all the matter. But as far as something like a time travel or a way to travel in time, like that, you have never heard of.
Okay. Well, it is strange, but to be fair, teleportation's fuzzy at best, so I don't know what to tell you.
And why we appeared in those ruins in that dungeon of sort?
I don't know. I mean, best I can guess is the elf was just like, hey, fuck off. And, the staff made us fuck off somewhere random, I guess. I don't think we were put there intentionally. I think we were just dropped there because it was convenient.
Well, what y'all would remember from that is when it was happening, it was the blue amulet on that other person is the thing that really was glowing, and that was kind of what I would think you would assume that that's kind of what did it. The staff wasn't like when y'all saw the staff before when it blew that dude up. Like it wasn't in that same vein. Like in this point, that glowing blue amulet that other figure had, like that was really starting to glow like that staff did when it was used.
Okay. So it wasn't the staff; it was an amulet. But same difference, right? So we have a staff that can explode people, and we have an amulet that can send people forward in time. That's great, but I mean, not much we can do about it right now, can we?
Yeah, I guess not. Novigrad, I guess. I mean, I think I don't know. I hate portals.
I'm a little bit gonna be open with you guys. It's gonna be a little bit strange to my friends in Novigrad that I was last seen talking to the guard, and then I disappeared for 3 months.
But how strange.
My friends in Novigrad aren't very savory characters,
And who are these friends?
The Guild of Beggars.
Well, that's a dumb name.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. A lot of their income comes from taxing beggars.
And so, when things don't go their way, they go on strike and stop begging.
No, things don't go wrong. If they do, they're corrected.
Right.
I mean, maybe they'll believe me. I mean, I have 2 witnesses, so.
Credible witnesses.
I think.
But-
I mean, we can see what happens when we get there, because I don't really have anywhere else to go. So.
Say, I recognize that name, right? I know a little bit about them.
Yeah, you
With my
you
back-
also know them as a Blind Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they're one of the gangs that.
I know of them, but I haven't had much dealings with them.
Well,
Probably.
That's you can
Yeah.
decide that.
Okay.
But you know of
I mean,
them.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
And then I know
can't you make
are they like pretty rough people to deal with? Would I know that at least?
I mean, they're not the they're not the.
They're not like top
John
tier.
Blank.
They're not top tier syndicate gangs, but like
Yeah.
they're kind of. Okay.
I'm drawing the goddamn blank of the cut ups. There you go.
Gotcha.
Jesus. Yeah, they're not like that. They're not well known, but like what he said, they're pretty much ones that are real, like the beggars. They're real under kind of underhanded, if you will.
Gotcha.
They lay low.
Gotcha.
Well, can't you tell him the truth? I mean, like,
That's the best I could do, yeah. Just try my
well,
best to.
not the whole truth, because that's stupid. But
Are you in any kind of danger
I don't
going
know.
back there?
I mean, I don't know if they'll be more concerned about me missing payment or me talking to the guard.
missing payment?
Yeah, I kind of pay them.
How much?
to-
Oh, you pay them.
Yeah, they kind of help me kind of stay out of trouble there, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. But
Okay.
since you weren't there, they didn't do anything for you. Therefore, you don't owe them anything.
Well, I hope they share your reasoning, Wayne.
Why do you? Okay. Why do you have to pay them? And I get their, yeah, but like, is there a reason you have to pay them? Just stay out of trouble?
I mean, the longer it goes on, I start to wonder how necessary it is. But they took me in the town when I was running from the law, and they set me up with work when I couldn't get any work, and that's where I've gotten my ability to pick locks.
Sure.
So wait, you're paying them so they can give you money, so they can pay you, so you can pay them back.
I'm fucked. Yes.
You're getting scammed, mate.
Yeah.
That's a scam.
It's really that's why I was so eager to go with 2 strangers on an adventure. I needed to.
Ugh. Well, Yikes.
I guess
to
we'll
really
deal
get
with
the hell out
that.
of there.
I guess we'll deal with that once we get back there, I guess. Just tell them you don't need to pay them anymore. You're not
See how that
are
goes.
you hiding? What are you hiding from, right? Are you paying them to hide you?
I mean, essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Did you kill?
What are you hiding from?
I fought in the last war, and I look around the bar, see if there's anyone that can like hear me talking about this. I've I've fought in the last war alongside the Nilfgaard Guardian Empire, and when I saw a battle was not going well, I ran away and traded my horse for amnesty at the gate, and went straight into I guess the kettle into the fire.
Well, that was years ago, though. I mean, no one remembers you.
I think by now, yeah, that's what I mean. Is as time goes on, I'm starting to wonder how much of this is even benefiting me anymore.
I mean, who were you within the Nilfgaard Empire? You were just a regular soldier? You a high, like, what was your status? Because, I mean, if you didn't have much status, my guess is they don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, no one gives a crap about grunts.
Yeah, I hope you guys are right.
Insight check?
I'm
No,
really
like,
clear.
I mean, essentially, like, what was is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is he lying about what his status was within the army?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not. Yeah, y'all are. I'm not doing insight
Yeah.
check between other players. Like
Okay.
y'all
Essentially,
figure that
like,
out.
are you lying or no? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Or I owe you that much, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're gonna just ask me straight out. I know there's a lot of stories about the Vryhead brigades. I worked as a scout for the Vryhead brigades, and I helped them pick out towns to attack. And I scouted fields before battles. I wasn't much of a soldier.
Yeah, so...
Wasn't anything high up.
Okay.
Right, so grunt. Grunt.
But you see how that kind of information getting out could
Sure.
really mess me up in terms
Well,
of
just don't,
work.
you don't have an accent, so just don't speak of it.
That's been the plan so far, but I don't know. I figured full disclosure, now that you guys are kind of roped in, we're all roped in on this crap. I don't want to get you guys.
I mean, who all knows about this? Because
Pretty sure just the higher ups and the king, the head of the.
But I mean,
Blind Eyes.
who all in Novigrad knows about this? The gang wise, what was the name? The king of the beggars, that thing.
I think just the king and
Okay.
his associates.
Okay.
That's part of what I'm paying for is the secrecy.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Honestly, like, it's not like they can prove anything, can they?
No, and they're not really. See, the big thing was when they were executing everyone that was part of the Vryhead brigades.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who was associated with them. They slit their throats and threw them from a bridge.
Right. But does the king and his associates have proof on you that you were a member of the brigade?
Yeah.
Other than what you've told them. Like, other than what you've told.
They have my Vryhead crest.
Okay, cool.
And what? There's your picture on it? How does that prove anything?
That's the thing too. I'm not so sure, really. Honestly, the whole situation, I ended up getting into it in a panic, desperate.
Sure. It's understandable.
The time away has actually helped me think about it as well. It's it's hard to think about the situation when it's constantly do this job, give this money, do this job, give this money. Hey, we're coming into your house. We're going to search for what's going on here. Okay, you're good. Just shows of power constantly. I didn't have much time to breathe for the last 3 years. But I guess I'm a fool for
No,
being under their thumb for so long.
I wouldn't call you a fool.
Well, I would.
You were desperate at the time.
It's
You took what you could.
and plus as an elf, they don't really like me there anyways. Any excuse to burn a witch, you know?
Sure.
It wouldn't be too hard to convince the church to tie me to a stake and set me on fire. Hey, what's the worst that can happen, right? King orders my throat slit, and then he's down a thief. So
I mean, do you truly think, were you that important to them that they'd be actively looking out for you 3 months after the fact?
fuck no, they'd be more upset about me returning. They'd probably just assume I'm dead.
Right, exactly. So, grow some beard, keep your hood up.
I can't grow facial hair.
Well, okay, but I'll cut mine and we'll figure something out. Make a fake beard, yeah.
I appreciate the support, guys.
You have a disguise kit, right, Ira? Or
Not anymore. It was stolen. I could get a new one.
Oh, that's right. Well, there you go. All right. So as y'all are talking, more dwarves start to come in. The food comes in, and it's more or less done like family style, kind of buffet. They put it out, and they just start putting up like little cups. Well, I shouldn't say little cups, but not like big steins or anything like that. But again, these very kind of makeshift cups and mugs out full of this one type of dwarven ale that they have there. And the bartender, little makeshift tavern keeper, comes up to you and goes, well, it's all set. We got 3 little tents outside of here for you. Feel free to use them. Stay the evening, have some food, some drink, and anything else.
So this place, is this Carreras then?
No, Carreras is, and he kind of like turns and points like out kind of the back ways. It's like Carreras is out that way, but we don't really go into there much. We're in Temeria here, but we're welcome there, but no, we have our own thing here. We do a little bit of mining. We ship it to Vizima. We have a little thing going there. And for the most part, we keep to ourselves. They keep to themselves. And, it's worked so far.
Okay. Well, if you have shipments, do you usually hire people to make the trip, or how does that work? Because we might be heading there. At least we want to get back to Novigrad, and Vizima's on the way. So.
Oh well, you know what? I never really thought about it. I don't know if they're back yet, but they usually come in around this time. The man in charge, again, his name, I can't remember his name either there.
Daniel.
Yeah, there's Dees, I know that one, but I'm not, and at this time he's kind of like a little bit, like kind of like flustered a little. And he's like, well, they come in here, they'll probably be able to help you out with that. I'll point him out. when he arrives. But it's as far as anything of there, he might be able to know.
All right, cheers.
All right, and he kind of goes back, and you see the place kind of filling up a little bit more. But yeah, like the food is there, and if y'all kind of were to poke your head out of the tents, you'd see kind of 3 little makeshift ones there that he has put up.
Is my ass gonna fit in one of them tents?
Yeah, it's big enough.
Okay.
your ass just fits.
Just my ass, the rest of me not?
No, yeah, just your ass. It's the only thing, and then you stick up the other way like it's in. But no, it's big enough for y'all that you'll be able to sleep there. Gotcha. And again, it's a makeshift enough to where should the weather get bad,
cool,
you should be able to get a good night's rest.
Okay.
Well, what time is it actually? Is it?
It's towards sun is about setting now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like it's pretty much setting. Everybody's kind of getting to come in.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah,
guys, I don't know. I guess I'll just, so, I mean, do we agree, right? Getting back to Novigrad?
I think so. Maybe we can devise a plan while we're on the way of what to do about Dwell.
I don't think there's much to do, honestly. I don't think they got shit on you. And if they really do, then, there's a lot of people in Novigrad. It's, it's pretty dense as far as city goes. So just keep your head down and no one will recognize you.
Yeah, they shouldn't be still actively looking for me after 3 months, but who knows? We'll see.
That's a lot of missed payments.
I'm very worried. I chug my beer.
I'm sure they've got other troubles. So yeah. I guess, I don't know, I'll be looking out for maybe work, on the way. It'd be great if we could, like, I don't know, guard a shipment or something, at least up to Vizima, and then we can reevaluate our options.
Yeah,
but if not,
sounds good.
Well, we'll just have to stock up and see how many days of travel it'll take.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Then when we'll spend the rest of this day, like, just kind of unwinding and keeping an eye out for, like, opportunities to, like, basically make himself known that, they've got people here and they're gonna go to Vizima soonish. And, if someone needs to hire, like, caravan guards or whatnot, then they were up for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of as you do that, I guess in my throat. All right. So as you're kind of doing that, you're kind of telling people, it kind of gets around. Someone comes into the tent and it looks like he's the person in charge. Looks like it might have been that person that the barkeep was kind of, stumbling over to say about. This guy comes in, people are like, hey, doing all that. And like some people kind of talk to him and you see him and he kind of like looks towards you, specifically like you, Wayne, and kind of looking there and just kind of nods. And you'll kind of see the barkeep kind of when he sees him come in, he kind of like goes under like the table and is like kind of turning his back, kind of making a little busy work over there. And this guy, the dwarf that came, looks like he's in charge. He comes up to Wayne. He's like, stranger, what brings you around these parts? Heard you had a little run-in in a mine?
Yeah, we sort of got lost, and we stumbled upon Dees.
Yeah, Dees.
A person.
Dees is kin of mine.
Oh, really?
I just have to ask, how do you stumble into a ancient mine that, as far as we knew, nobody had been in generations? Just asking. There's no judgment here.
Would you believe me if I told you it was a teleportation mishap?
He kind of like smiles and like kind of tinks your glass a little bit and go, what have you been putting in there? And just kind of chuckles and goes, well, You don't have to tell me. You can keep your secrets. But appreciate the help you did. And kind of words getting about, y'all are trying to make your way to Novigrad.
That's correct. Well, at least we're thinking of doing that. Yeah. Perhaps there's work to be done on the way there.
All right. Yes. Well, our little mining establishment out here, we have shipments that we take to Vizima. And we could definitely get one together. Would you be able to leave in the morning tomorrow? It should take you, I'd say, about a full day's ride. From that point on, again, we can pay you with the arrival of the shipment. And from that point on, you'll be on your own, but this will be a ride to Vizima.
Excellent.
How much are we getting paid?
It'll be, the shipment isn't quite ready yet. I'm trying to take a load off. I'll finish it tonight. I'll know in the morning. But I would say that it would be at least probably 20, 25 gold each, assuming y'all three are going together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that seems like a fair offer, so I tend to agree.
All right, then, like in the morning, I'll come get you. Again, we're not sure exactly what it's going to be or who's going to be going with you, but we will know that first thing. Again, there will be food here in the morning again for the breakfast crew that's going out, and I'll meet you then. Does that sound good?
You have a deal.
All right. So
As
he
far as
just
I'm
kind of,
concerned, anyway.
yeah, so he just kind of like cheers and like, hi, and then like kind of waddles off to get his little drink on.
All right. So, guys, I guess we've got a job. How great is that?
Very convenient.
Sounds good.
I was thinking of trying to, bargain and everything, but honestly, it's just bonus, right? Otherwise, we would just go anyway.
Right.
Didn't feel right.
Yeah, I would have taken any amount of payment too. I was thinking that 25 seems like a good amount, actually, though. So
About what time of day is it now?
It is sunset. The sun is set. It's at night.
Sunset night. All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
So it's like it's pretty much because of the season and whatnot. It's like seven-ish, little after 7-ish.
Didn't feel like trying to shake down a dwarf either. I mean, these guys usually somehow they find a way to turn the deal on you without you even realizing anything's happened. Little fuckers.
Great.
So yeah, good deal.
Y'all gonna call it?
yeah, I'm ready to pass it for the night.
I'll probably drink for another hour or so and then go to bed.
Okay. All right, so y'all go to. I know, Kyron, you were level 2 exhaustion, right?
Yeah, I need to look
Okay.
at it. I think.
So you're gonna be level 1 now. Assuming you're sleeping through the entire night. Long rest.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, one level. Yeah, food and drink.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you're gonna be level 1.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you kind of waken in the morning as you kind of feel on each of your tents, someone's just yelling. They're hitting this bell, and they're kind of shaking like the tent's kind of hitting. They're just yelling like for everybody to wake up. It's really like nondescript. They're not only just going towards yours. And as you wake up, bright morning, like the sun has just come over, starting to light the area, and you start to see the dwarves are again starting busy. Those that are going to get something to eat are getting there. Maybe some of those that already ate are starting to pack up some of these carts to go out to the mines, or they're starting to just kind of go all about. And as you get up, you kind of see this one like kind of wagon. It's a smaller one, like y'all could all easily fit on there, but it's maybe it's like 2 horses on there, and it's maybe like 10 feet long. Like it's not very big as far as some of the other ones you see that are kind of like really loaded up, and it's kind of it's by itself out here to the side of where y'all are at.
So okay.
And so we come out and see the cart all loaded up, and we see some people around it.
Yeah, there's kind of people again, just all going all around, kind of going out. Some going into like that food tent that y'all were at. Some kind of leaving, and just everyone pretty much just getting ready for like another work day.
Don't suppose we can see the person we were talking to just now?
Yeah. So you see him. He's kind of round to the side, and he's got like this kind of like parchment he's looking at, and just kind of people looking over his shoulder. And he's kind of just like checking things off, kind of looking around, like very much administrative stuff that he's doing. And he's kind of off to the side of where that food tent is.
Guess I'll just approach, but stay silent until he's, like be within line of sight, but like not say anything until he's done.
Okay. All right. So he finishes up with them, and then he kind of catches like sight of you. He's like, "Oh, my boy, I'm terribly sorry. I was in a rush last night. I just really wanted to get off my feet. I didn't even catch your name."
Yeah, I'm Wayne.
Wayne? Okay, Wayne. I am Tolzon, and everything will be kind of right here. And he gives you this like parchment sheet on there. And as you look at it, it's just got like the basic shipment names, and it shows like account numbers, and it shows like where to take it to in Vizima when you go there. And he hands that over to you and just says, "Ask the guards at the front gate where it is if you've never been to Vizima, and they'll show you right where it is. And again, payment will be on completion of turning this in."
Okay. Completion.
Where are we shipping this to in Vizima?
We don't know. We'll ask the guards, and we'll see. To be honest, I don't know anything about Vizima, so even if he were to say to tell
Yeah,
us, I wouldn't
the
know.
instructions on where to take it is on that part, so that sheet.
Mm. And what does the sheet say?
But it says in there basically take it to like Tolzon's iron works, and it kind of gives you it. And if you look at it really close and kind of make out specifics of what it is, like if you ask him about it, he's like, "Well, it's in like the eastern sector of Vizima."
Yeah, it's all good. All right. Well, I'm ready if you are.
All right, well, feel free to get some food, take some for the road, whatever. It should be an easy ride there. You should get there before nightfall, maybe right after it, full day's ride. But, be careful on the road. You never know what might happen.
Okay. So we on our own, or are the people coming with us?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. We had a little mishap last night, and he kind of like looks around. To be honest with you, yeah, I don't really have the extra spare people to do this. It's just again one main road all the way there. If you've ever been to this area, you'll recognize kind of where it's at. But it's pretty self-explanatory to get to Vizima. It's a big city.
I'm sure we'll figure something out. Anyways, all right. Well, you're paying us, so we'll do the job.
Yeah, and again, if it takes you till the next day, that's fine. There's no real rush on this. Just try to get it before tomorrow evening. But again, things can happen. As long as it shows up, it shows up.
Understood. All right. Well, we better go if we want to make time. I guess I'll give him a hand to shake, and then start prepping the horses and whatnot.
All right. So he kind of shakes it, and again, he's very pleased that y'all are doing this. And kind of again, he goes about his business, and everyone kind of goes about their business. And if y'all are ready to take off, we can take off.
Yeah, Wayne is good to go. I mean, he'll get as much food as he can. And
okay,
right.
Packing extra food.
Yep.
All right.
Slightly
Again, it's a
more
lot of like
bucket
salted
bacon.
meats. Yeah, a lot of salted meat stuff that's very easy to travel. Potatoes that you can boil, mash, stick them in a stew. All right, y'all ready to take off?
Yep.
I'm good.
All right.
Grab food as well and ready to go.
All right, so y'all load up the food and you kind of look back, and again, you just see like this just jagged kind of iron. It's not like a whole lot of it. It's it's one big, again, like a 10-foot kind of cart of it full. So as you take off, you leave it behind and you get out into the rural eastern Temeria. And again, it's a perfect day for travel. There's no clouds in the sky. It's the fall now, so again, it's a lot cooler than what it was when you were first, leaving. So it's not cold, and it's just a perfect way to go. And Wayne, why don't you roll a d6?
Okay. D6. Here we go. That's a 4.
A 4? Okay. All right, so as you travel down the road, again, nothing really much has happened. You don't really see anybody. You can see some kind of animals off to the side. It's kind of an open area. There's not too much wilderness at this part. It's going to be the first kind of couple hours of your trip. And to the side of the road, you kind of see this like small shrine. And, kind of by this roadside, this gray stone altar. There's like a symbol carved into it. And from the top, you can see like in that bowl and maybe some of those things shimmering off to that. There's some candles and a ribbon tied to this like stick figure, and maybe some like kind of herbs and a little bit of like smoke kind of coming off to the side over there. And to the side of it is this kind of woman just sitting there, like kind of with her head bowed. Look at it.
I guess I'll turn to the other two. Guys, do we want to stop here? And I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just a woman, but is she moving at all, or is she just head bowed?
No, yeah, she's just kind of like her head's kind of bowed there, and
She looks
I
like
mean, she just looks like she's praying, right?
yeah, pretty much.
I don't think we want to disturb her. I think she just let her pray.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so
I guess actually I do want to like stop maybe and like just like ask for directions, to be sure we're going the right way.
okay. So as you kind of start to rumble up towards, you kind of catch her attention, and she just kind of looks, and a very nondescript look, like she's not waving you over, but she's not like afraid or like kind of clutching her pearls or anything. And she just kind of stands there. And are you going to like approach her?
Well, a sort of like friendly wave.
Okay.
Morning, ma'am.
She waves back. She's like, "Oh, good morning. It's, would you like to make an offering to Melitele?"
Do you know where do you know where Vizima is? Did you know that?
Vizima, yeah, you're on the right road there. It should take you, I don't know, maybe another day or so, but yeah, you just keep traveling along this road and you'll get there.
Okay. Well, thanks a bunch. And well, good luck with the praying and all.
Okay.
That's all Wayne's gonna be like.
So she kind of nods and then kind of says it to Karen Duell. She's like, "Well, just Melitele keep you safe on your travels. You sure you don't want to make any offering?" And she kind of up to the top, and you can again see some like coppers and some silvers, up to the top, and she's kind of like just pointing to this little shrine that she seems very proud of.
Not my religion, and just walk away.
And
Safe travels.
No, thank you, ma'am.
We literally will remember this.
That was fucking weird.
Is it?
No. Hang on. No,
Okay.
out of character. You guys like froze real quick and just sped up real quick on my end.
Really?
Yeah, like I did not catch after I said what I said and just walked away. I got none of whatever your conversation was.
Okay.
I don't.
It was
I
weird.
think it was just
Yeah.
Dewell saying.
Yeah, it's
Duel
fine.
just said,
Good luck with all.
No, it's
Good
fine.
luck, yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? Because all of a sudden you guys were quiet. And I was like, they hear me? And then shit got weird. Yeah.
You weren't saying that chick was weird. You were saying
No,
the Discord
out of
was-
character.
okay.
Yeah, Discord got weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Anyway,
about to clarify. I was like, she wasn't saying that in a threatening manner or anything. Militarily guide your travel.
yeah, no, I get you. You know,
Yeah, and then like lightning strikes.
right.
Okay.
Anyway.
Y'all getting back on?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, so I'll get back on. Oh, I could actually put on. Let me see.
We can't get fucked by military though. We should have given something.
So y'all getting there a little bit. As you can see, the red on there gets you. Oh, you're making a little bit of progress on that. So you go a little bit more, and now the kind of clouds have kind of come towards the sky. It's not overcast. It's more like very partly cloudy. Like it's still very sunny, and you still have not really come across anybody that you haven't seen anything off to the side. Like this is very much a pretty not barren in the sense of, but just an unoccupied parts of Eastern Temeria, which given, I guess it'd be more up in there. So, all right. Kyron, you go ahead and roll a D10.
10?
10.
10.
10.
8.
An 8. All right, so as you come across, well, as you keep going, there's nothing out. You kind of start to see like a little bit where it's starting to get a little bit more wooded kind of area where you were kind of really out in the pasture. Now it's kind of a little bit more of a wooded area. And to this side, y'all see off to, and like not like right there on the road, but again, maybe like 15, 20 feet off of kind of like this main road, you see this little stand, and above it says like fortune teller. It said, learn your future. And you kind of see like this like guy kind of just kind of like sitting there, and he's kind of shuffling, kind of like flipping cards and kind of doing little things like with his fingers and whatnot.
So that's also a scam, well, since you're prone to falling to them. You can't see the future.
Oh,
Just-
I
just
mean,
so you know.
yeah. Last time I went to a fortune teller, it was a really bad experience. They didn't ask for payment. They said they knew where they were going to find my body.
Hmm.
So apparently, I'm gonna have money on me when I die, at least. But yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of fortune tellers.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious though, so I'm gonna test him.
All right, so when he sees y'all, he kind of just like waves, like kind of like waves you down, waves you over. So Wayne, you're going up to him?
Yeah. Oi,
All right,
mate.
so- yeah. Hey, weary travelers.
I'm not worried. I'm okay.
You don't have to worry. Oh, even better. Would you like to learn your future and your fortune?
Sure. Does it involve riches?
Maybe, but I will say here, I'm not going to charge you. This is just a little bit of fun. I like to help people out. So he kind of says like, open your hands like this, like palm. Like he's basically saying like, open your palm.
I'm gonna take a look around to make sure this isn't some like ambush.
Okay, roll perception.
9.
9. All right, so you kind of, as you see kind of Wayne
Wait, hang on.
walking up there and kind
Hang
of
on.
interacting with them, you look
Wait.
around.
Wait, ability checks, right? Level 1 exhaustion.
what?
Shit, I didn't roll disadvantage. Hang on.
Oh, because
Still 9.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not gonna
It's
matter.
still.
I forgot,
Okay,
yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
No, it always matters a little bit. So as you kind of look around,
It could have been worse.
You kind of just. Yeah, you kind of just see, like, you don't see anybody in the trees. You don't see kind of an ambush. You don't really see anything other than this kind of a little worn out little kind of trail behind him, which is probably just where he goes to when he's not,
Right.
telling people fortunes. But otherwise, everything's pretty up to speed.
I'm still gonna
Okay.
So,
stay on kind
I
of high
cut my
alert.
hands.
Okay, you cup your hand. So he has this little feather, and he kind of just starts kind of going along,
Hey, that tickles.
and he just ooh, he goes and he takes out these kind of cards, and like starts to flip them, and you see one that looks like it's like a squirrel, kind of running around a tree, and and he flips this other one, and just goes, "I see a child in your future."
Oh boy. Do I have to pay alimony on that?
This alimony you speak of, I am unsure, but congratulations.
You're
You have
pregnant,
a
Wayne?
legacy.
Oh yeah. I haven't had my period in, I don't know, 30 years.
Good elf, would you like to know your future? No charge.
No charge. What's the catch?
I just like helping people out. You have a talent. I suppose you have a talent for something you like to do. It everybody does. This is mine.
Okay. Sure. You want to see my palms?
Okay. So you show your palms, and he throws that kind of feather out. And he kind of rummages through, and he grabs this other feather and goes, "You can't use the same feather twice." He kind of goes again and starts kind of going around and kind of a little bit of humming, kind of looks you in the eye. You kind of just see where like one of his eyes is like gray and the other one is like blue. And he puts the cards out again, and he puts those in. He kind of shuffles them real quickly, flips one. You can see that it's like this dark cloud, like a very thick like rain cloud. And he takes this other one, and you see that it's lightning, but it's like the kind of ice around it. And he just flips this other one, and it's this linen, kind of like long piece of linen, and it's kind of tied, and it's like very like brown. And he just kind of looks you on and goes, "The rope with which you climb may also hang if you are not careful."
Sounds ominous.
Well, they're not all good ones, like having a child.
All right. Well, thanks.
So now he kind of sees like Kyron in the background. And he's like, "You, we should make it 3 for 3."
I suppose.
All right, so you come over again. He pulls out another feather, kind of goes around it, sort of kind of hums, kind of looks in, and again you see like his gray eye looks a little bit smaller than his other blue one. Goes to the cards, flips it, and kind of see this like just like a big red mass. You kind of can't really make out what it is, but again, it's just like very red, almost in a crimson kind of way. And flips this one, and it's just like a skull. And he's just, It's like an icy heart in the present and cold death in your future.
Right.
Makes me feel better about my reading.
Yeah, well, maybe things will be better in the future, but again, they're always not exactly what it is. There may be some good times before then. There may be some bad times after them. But maybe not that last one.
What'd you say? It was icy heart in my past.
An icy heart in the present.
Oh,
and
present.
cold death in your future. Ow. And he kind of starts like twirling this coin on his fingers. He's like, well, thank you for stopping by. If you come back down this way, maybe your future will change.
So, how do you survive out here?
I have a place, a little bit back there. Live off the land a little bit. It's nice. I grew up in the city, and it's good to be away. No one telling you what to do. Can't really complain about that.
Well, I guess there's truth in that.
Yeah. Giving back to people in their travels.
Here's the question. We've heard that there's been a plague up in Sudaris. I'm sure perhaps there's been refugees passing down the road. Or not?
Plague? I mean, there was a few weeks where something ran through the cities up there, and unfortunately, a lot of people didn't make it. But a plague it's a rather strong word. I don't know if I would use that.
Okay, well, I don't know. It's what we've been told. We've been a bit out there this past few weeks.
Well,
what did you hear about this disease?
How did I hear about it?
Or what did you hear about it?
It swept through very quickly, and almost as quickly as it came, it was gone. It took out a lot of people. But
do you know how it kills people?
I think the
fever.
Typical, fever. People comes out the mouth, it comes out the bottom, and people just go. It's very swift, though. Many tales of people that were fine on one evening and then were dead by noon the next day. But that's in the past, I believe. I assume y'all are coming from south. Y'all maybe coming from Nilfgaard, or perhaps even like a Sodden or Sintra.
Blank for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I just asking. You don't need to tell me. It's okay. It's fine. But yeah, just living off the land here. If anything, you should be afraid of the skeletons that come in the night.
That was going to be my next question. These skeletons only at night? Anything else to worry about during the day?
Well, personally, I haven't really seen any, but there's been talks of it. People have said it, but again, I think travelers like to tell fantastical tales, and they might be embellishing it a little bit. It could be people just messing around and having a bit of fun. But again, depending on who you talk to, you might see a skeleton walking around.
Well, if we make a good time, maybe we'll get to Vizima before that happens, and then we don't have to see skeletons. So how about we keep going?
All right, well, happy travels, my friends. Be sure to stop back on your way by.
Yeah, I'll be sure to come by when I've got the kid.
Yes, I'd love to see them.
Just wave and get back on the horse.
Okay, get back on the horse. All right, so you get back by, and you're making good time. Whoops, there we go. All right, so you're making good time up there. And as you come about, there it is. So you're making good. As you see, the clouds are getting a little bit more. Again, now the kind of sun is kind of going in and out. You can feel the humidity has come up. The air is starting to thicken a little. Like, you don't think it's really going to rain, but the weather is not getting, any better as what it was, as it was perfect when you first came. And Kyron, you rolled last time, right?
Yep.
Okay, so DeWell, roll a 6.
3.
A 3. All right, so as you go, you're chugging along. You're feeling so good that you don't really notice too much as the road kind of gets a little bumpy, and then just you hit this kind of little stump, and it kind of lurches a little bit to the right. and it's kind of just like a little bit kind of off kilter there. And it's like it's fine to kind of go, but it's not. It's it's kind of as your best guess of it. It's like maybe you really shouldn't keep going on that.
Cart's starting to really wobble and lean.
Yeah, it's just kind of wobbled to the front right a little bit, and like the horses now are a little bit off, and they're kind of, they're not really going as much, and they're kind of annoyed by it.
Can we stop and I take a look at it to see if I can fix it?
All right, so it comes to a stop.
Yeah, because I got like Smith tools and stuff to see if it's possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know anything about cart repair, Mr. Blacksmith?
Little.
All right, so as you see it,
yeah,
as you kind of look at it, it doesn't take too much to know this. Like you just kind of see where it's just kind of turned a little bent. Like the wheel just kind of is just a little bit bent on that side. And, there's no other like replacement kind of there. But to the side of, like basically kind of off to the side, you kind of see where there's just like kind of a little bit of a trail that goes off into this little bit kind of thinly forest kind of area, and looks like there has been some kind of like travel, like normal kind of recent travel there.
Okay.
There's just a path, like a beaten path that comes off of the main road off into the wooded area.
It's like a little path that kind of goes back to this like little bit kind of a little lightly wooded kind of area.
Carefully looking down the path, do I notice anything?
You can roll perception.
Yeah. I am going to try to fix the cart, though. You said it was like bent. Yeah.
Do what?
You said it's like bent.
Yeah, it's like bent. Okay.
I'm just going to take a hammer and try to just like pound it straight the best I can.
Okay. So I guess with that athletics.
I got 12 on the perception check whenever you're ready.
Okay.
I honestly have no idea. Yeah.
You're just going to pound it, I guess.
Strength plus proficiency? Smith tools? I don't know. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. It's a natural 1.
Natural 1.
Plus
all right, so you
4.
Just
hang on. 4.
what?
So 5, 6, 7. But it was a natural 1. 7 total. But
yeah.
So I don't know
so
if
you
that,
just start pounding this, as kind of Dewell's looking around, and it's a very sturdy wheel. Not sturdy enough for the weight that it was carrying to do it, but you can tell that as you're kind of doing it, you're not going to be able to bend it back to where it's supposed to be without it losing like its structure, like its structural hold. So it didn't really, do too much while it's on, the cart there.
Right.
And Dewell, you kind of look, and you can kind of just make out, like, as it goes into this lightly kind of wooded area, you can make out that there's like a shack kind of behind that area, like at least to kind of like this little shack over there.
How's that cart going? Kyron, can you fix it?
A little tougher than I expected.
I see a shack down the end of this path. Maybe they'll have some supplies to repair the cart they can sell to us, or... I mean, I don't know about rolling forward on this thing. The cart falls apart. We'll never be able to bring the shipment to Vizima.
Yeah. I mean, what do you need exactly?
Can I take a look around and look at that stump? Does that stump look like strategically placed?
No, there's not a stump that y'all hit.
Oh,
Y'all
I thought
just hit like a big...
Oh, I thought you said we hit
like,
a stump.
No. Y'all just hit like a big, like a hole or something in it that kind of jostled it off there.
Yeah.
It's a Millie delay! Revenge!
Yeah. The cult of Melitle now attacks you.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess we...
But just like, again, Dewell looked around. There's no...
You're right.
Which y'all make out, there's no instance of like an ambush.
That's not what I was thinking, but That's fine.
So I guess we should check out this place. Maybe they'll have something. I doubt it, but that's the best we got.
Well, something tells me it's going to cost us a little bit more than it should.
Well, that really depends how persuasive we can be.
It's off the main road here. I'm sure they get some visitors from time to time. Probably similar situations.
My thoughts exactly. I get it, the illness happens a lot.
Well, who wants to go? Someone should stay with the cart.
Maybe I should stay with the cart. See if I can't keep looking at it and trying to get it fixed while you guys go talk to that guy. Just stay within earshot.
All right, well.
Just in case.
All right, so you're staying with the cart. The other two, you're going.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And,
So
as we're walking, I'm just gonna say, okay. So if they're humans, I talk to them. If they're not, you talk to them.
Deal.
all right, so you get up to this little clearing, and you see this just very, very good-looking kind of shack in its forest, and there's a little bit of a clearing in front of it. It's pretty well kept. There's some healthy trees, and you kind of see some vegetables growing out of it, and some flowers, like a very basic little chicken coop and chicken pen, and there's several of them in there. And you see kind of like a tomcat kind of going around. There's nobody that you can kind of see around there, but kind of off to the side, you can see what looks to be like recently unearthed ground and like a little like stone, kind of tombstone next to it. That's probably about 20, 30 feet off the path, kind of to the side of this little shack.
Does it read anything?
You're gonna go look at it?
If there's a stone or something, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you go up to it and you see this. It's definitely a grave, and again, it's been like unearthed. And you see a stone on it, and on that it says is "My dear Edmund."
And the grave has been it's the earth is still there, like it's been removed and then the earth has been put back in, right?
Yeah, roll an investigation. Yeah, roll investigation.
Six.
6. All right, you can just tell that it has been a recently unearthed grave. Like the ground seems somewhat recent, like within like a few days or so.
Yeah.
And like the tombstone is maybe like a little bit older. Like the tombstone is not nearly as recent as it looks like this dirt that is there.
Is there years on the tombstone?
No, it just says that.
All right. Well, let's try the door. I'll go knock at the door.
All right. You knock on the door, and like there's a little bit of kind of like a hesitation, like a little bit of a pause, and the door kind of opens just a creak, and you kind of see the little slit where it's the little like kind of half lock, and it just barely opens a slit, and you kind of see like this eye and this kind of little like the half a face of an elderly woman, and she just like, yes.
Greetings. We're just travelers. We don't mean any harm. It's just that our cart broke down, and we're wondering if perhaps you could help in any way. That's all right if you can't, but we're in a bit of a bind.
Oh, yeah. And she kind of like looks, and you can just kind of get the feeling that she's a little kind of like stressed. And what do you need?
What does Karen said he needed? Wayne doesn't know shit about cards.
Just help fixing the car. You said that needs to like.
But he's not. You're not, Kyron. You're by the cart. So.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
mean,
I
Wayne
mean, I would
doesn't
have,
know,
I would have
you-
told. I mean, before they
Okay.
left, I would have told them what we needed.
Like a wheel?
If we needed it, like yeah, if we
that's
needed
what I was
anything.
assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then that's what Wayne says. Like, well, I suppose we need a wheel because ours is broken.
Oh, I'm not. I don't know if there's anything. There's. I'm not.
You seem. You see. Sorry to interrupt you, but you seem very. I hope I'm not causing you any distress.
Well, it's. No, I'm sorry. What has happened? I just let me see. And she kind of closes the door, and you kind of like hear her kind of shuffle away, and it's like right now, you kind of just waiting. You want to do anything else? You want to look at the house, look around?
I'm just gonna wait, and
Okay.
it seems like she's just getting ready. So I'll wait.
Will you do anything?
Yeah.
Gently push my ear up on the door if I hear anything.
Okay. Roll perception. 11. So as you hear her, kind of shuffle away, you can kind of just make out like something else is there, and like things are kind of moving around. Like it doesn't sound like anybody's really like walking per se as hers, like very heavy, like across the floor, and you kind of just hear things just kind of like very clumsily kind of being knocked about. But you can tell that she does not seem to be alone.
Sounds like she's not alone in there. Do I know anything about how? I guess I don't know anything about how. Never mind.
Maybe she has a dog.
Yeah, maybe. I can't really make out what's causing any of the noise in there, but it sounds like more than one thing.
I mean,
I guess we'll just wait.
yeah. I guess I'll just round the house and wait on the other side.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just just like casual. Hey, I'm just walking around, but just like so she. I mean, I don't expect her to do anything, but like I'm just like, what if she's like jump off the window on the other side and fucks off, for whatever fucking reason.
Okay. Roll a perception.
Sure. Perception 21.
So as you go about, the windows are kind of shuttered, but as you kind of look through, you can kind of make out like through the slits of this like shadow that is inside of something that is very kind of like dark and is much like kind of hunched over and kind of moving about very like unnaturally. But you kind of make out again that it's something that might like looks like a humanoid, like humanish, but it is not moving in the way that like say a normal kind of person would be moving. And so you're around the back now.
While he's looking around, I'd like to try to pet the cat.
Okay. Yeah, so the cat's kind of just like moving about, and it just kind of gives you a little hiss.
Oh.
And just kind of watches you. Like it doesn't, it's a guard cat, so it's not gonna let you come near it.
I'd back away.
All right, Wayne, you're at the back of the house.
Yeah, just how far away is Karen in the cart?
I think he's probably maybe like by this where y'all are at, probably like 50, 60 feet. And again, it's kind of like shrouded, so you can kind of barely like make out.
All right, then I don't know. I'll walk like 30 feet towards him.
Okay, but before you do that, when you get to the back, you kind of see like in the back is just like this like shed and like all of this like this big shed, and there's like a bunch of just junk kind of all around it. You're walking back to the front.
What kind of junk?
like you just see kind of just a bunch of different like pieces of like, you know, like tools, shovels, and just like a bunch of equipment, and just like what you would imagine years of just broken shit would be, that you just kind of throw in that back, that are kind of just thrown in that back over there with this kind of decent like shed.
I guess I'll look inside, see if there's like a wheel.
Okay.
Did they have a wheel in there?
So as you look through that, as you look through that kind of junk in the pile, you don't really see that. You see like axles, you see pieces of stuff that might be in there, but otherwise, the shed is locked.
Ah, feck. Okay. All right, then I guess I'll go like closer to the cart and try and get the attention of Karen. And when I do, I'll just wave him towards me.
Do I see him? I mean, I was kind of bit down looking at the cart.
That's
Karen!
Yeah.
Can I hear him? I mean,
Yes, you can hear me, motherfucker.
Right.
Come here.
You can
30
decide,
feet.
You can decide that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kyron's hard of hearing.
sure.
Come here.
All right, I'll start going.
Okay, so as that happens, the woman comes back and opens the door, and again, it's just barely kind of slit open. And she's like, there may be some stuff you said you needed a wheel? So, Dewell, this is
That's
you.
right. Yeah, I was going to say I'm probably the closest. So, yes, ma'am. Wheel, please.
Okay.
If you would, we'll gladly compensate you.
Okay, so she kind of like looks to the back, and she opens like the door and then closes it quickly, and she's out on the front porch with you, Dewell, and then y'all kind of see her as Kyron comes up. Y'all kind of see her coming up.
I ask her as she comes out, is everything all right? Do you need help with anything?
And she kind of like looks to the back, and she looks and kind of sees like the broken down cart and goes, well, this is gonna sound very weird, but
Try me.
I need your help. And in exchange, I think I may be able to help you out. And she kind of like motions like for y'all to come in the house.
I'll wait to go in for everyone to come.
Yeah, I mean, we're around, right? Because she went to the
y'all are there.
Okay.
So I'll just say, I'm not sure I'm very comfortable getting in there. You know, I mean, you live alone, right?
Yes. Well, yes.
All right, then you'll have to explain that before I set foot in your house.
Well, my husband, just, it might be easier to show it. And at this point, she like goes back in and like leaves the door open, and she's basically saying like, if whoever's gonna come in, like,
Did you have?
kind of come in.
I guess I'll come in. I think I know what's going on, but
Yeah, I have a hunch too, I say.
I don't know
As
shit.
y'all go in, you'll kind of see in this like living area is this like half covered in flesh like person, and it's like kind of hunched over, and it's like half skeletal, and like having, you see like the rotting, like the flesh and all that. And she basically says like, my husband died 2 months ago, and I buried him out in the grave, and yesterday he knocked on the door, and I thought I was gonna have a heart attack, but it's still him. He responds, she says like, Edmund, and he kind of turns up, but he can't speak. Like, it's just motions, like, obviously, there's no tongue, there's nothing in there, and kind of motions over R comes over and like kind of motions and like tries to like grab her hand. It's like I said he's not aggressive. He understands. Like somewhat, I think he knows his name. I don't think he really knows what's going on. And I've enjoyed the last day with him, but I don't think this is good or natural.
Clearly.
I look at Edmund. Does he look like he's being held together physically, like his body can actually hold itself together, or is it like a skeleton thing where it's like it's somehow magically held together?
Like half of it,
it's like falling apart.
Like half of it is like connected again with that flesh, but the other is like definitely held together unnaturally. Like it's a bone in space, and yeah, you can kind of put together that this is like a reanimated, and by judging what she said.
Yeah.
Does he communicate at all, or does he just understand?
I think it's just an understand. Like he knows who I am, but again, with you, he doesn't react anyway. No one has been here in a day or two. At first, I enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it. And you can kind of see that she does kind of have this like loving look.
That's creepy.
She goes, but you know, this is unnatural. This is just taintful. This is not what it should be. He died. We had our time together, and he died for a reason. And on top of that, this isn't the only skeleton that I've seen in the past month or so. And I would like your help in like ending what I believe this is.
Well, what do you want us to do exactly? I mean, my solution would be say what you want about the Church of the Eternal Fire, but they know their shit. And what I mean is that burning works well.
Well, I can handle my husband, but I want to make sure that he does not come back. And I want to make sure that others don't come back. There was a man who moved nearby. It was, I think it was just after the calamity in the sky. So it's been, I don't know how many weeks or months, whatever. But he came back by my house about a week ago. And I didn't get a good feeling about him, and I think he may be the one behind this, and I would like you to end whatever he's doing in any way. And if you do that, I believe there's something back in this shed that I have that might be able to help you. And whatever else you would like to help yourself to, I could pay you in any way, but I do think for the good of everybody around here that this needs to stop.
Might be sensitive to recap what happened, but what killed your husband?
He just died in his sleep one night. He was fine going to sleep. He woke up, and that's what old people do. You'll know sometime when you're my age. Then you can tell, she looks like about 80, she looks very elderly.
So that man the one that came a week ago, do you know where he is, stays, what he does?
Well, what did he tell you? Yeah, when he was here.
He just asked these very cryptic questions. I didn't speak long. There's not very many visitors that come by. And at this stage in my life, I think the less, the better, but I suppose that's maybe not in the case of you being here. But I know he has an area, about, it must be several hundred feet to the east of here, and she kind of points to the left side of her shack. And there's a clearing, and it's just, when I used to go for walks, it's never felt right, and I have not set foot near there for at least the last couple of months.
Well,
And I think he might be there.
I mean, we can go and take a look and talk to him, but I gotta say, he came and talked to me a week ago is a bit of a thin evidence.
Yeah, and again, given what's happened, I suppose you might have reads on people. And again, maybe it's just age of maybe knowing when things are bad or not. And it was a bad feeling I had at the time, and then just hearing about what has happened around here, having seen things, and she kind of again like grabs Edmund. It seems like it all just might be not coincidental.
Did the fortune teller, do you guys recall, did the fortune teller say that the skeleton activity, the undead activity, happened within the last little while? Did he mention anything?
Don't remember. Weren't you the one who brought it up?
Yeah, well, he mentioned that at night these skeletons come out, but I don't think I didn't ask, I guess. How long it's been going on for.
Yeah, he didn't really say, but it was more or less like that was happening in the area.
Okay. Well, I mean, can look into it, but look, chances are the best way to do it is burning the corpse. It won't rise after that.
I suppose you're right. But thank you, and again, when you return, I shall have what I think you may need, or should be able to help you out.
We could at least talk to this guy.
Yeah, at least talk. If he looks creepy, we can kill him, right? That's fair.
What?
That's a joke.
Okay, so she thanks you and then kind of like leads kind of like Edmund to kind of like sit down in these two little chairs that they have.
Right.
So y'all gonna go try to find him?
Yep.
I'm gonna. Is there a place where I can move the cart off the road?
Oh, yeah, good thinking.
Yeah, if y'all want to, y'all can.
Just to kind of
Yeah.
move it off the
We can
road
just
to where
bring
it's
it up
just
to the
not.
cabin, right?
Yeah.
The house.
Yeah, y'all can just move it up kind of towards that area. Because it's still going, it's just the horses are not having it for too long.
Right. I just don't
Yeah.
want somebody to steal the fucking cart while we go do
Okay.
this.
All right, so y'all move the cart kind of into this little kind of clearing area, behind this little clearing, the opening there.
Right.
All right, so y'all gonna go try to find the.
Sorry I cut you off, but yes, what you're
Okay.
saying, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Well, why don't you roll, or y'all all can, or whatever, or anybody can, whatever. Survival.
Survival.
Yeah. Trails, trying to find it.
I got a 20.
Okay. All right, well then never mind. Y'all need to roll.
That works.
All right, so Dwell, the tracker, perfect. He's the one who leads, goes through, kind of gives you this area. You look around, you kind of find where certain things were. You can see on the trees where people are going. So when you get there, you kind of get to this little clearing here. There you go. Get kind of this clearing there. And these red leaves, everything else is kind of it, but this is like a very red area. You kind of see these stones put in this little place here. And in this clearing, you see this guy who's just kind of fiddling with these things. And you see these two skeletons. I did not mean to draw that. There we go. You see these two little skeletons kind of right there that are just chilling there. All right, so y'all get to this clearing and you see this kind of guy in the middle there, and he looks a little frustrated, and you can kind of see these like tomes and books around there, and you see these skeletons that are just in a way kind of like Edmund, like they're kind of just hunched over, and they're just kind of meandering about, and he's like looking very frustrated there in the middle of this, these little stones, little raised stones there.
Okay, so how do we want to approach this? Frontal? I mean, I guess she wasn't wrong. I mean, he looks creepy and guilty too, so...
Yeah, surrounded by undead. I don't know. I prefer to talk to people before I attack them. I mean, that came out wrong. I mean, I would rather try first, cordially.
All right.
Dude's raising
Then I
dead
guess-
people. I don't think there's any way to talk about this.
Why not?
I mean, by all means, you can try. I don't think we're getting out of this one without swinging swords.
Well, why not?
I think it's easier to talk to someone. I mean, it's more difficult to talk to someone after you just fought with them. So,
Yeah, usually because they're dead.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll just say hello and walk forward.
All right. So it kind of like startles him a little, and he kind of just looks and he's like, "Who are you?"
My name is Wayne. We're just travelers, just passing by.
You are by yourself, bud. I did not go out there with you.
Okay.
I don't know if
I'm going up along,
I don't know.
along with Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm not going out
So
there
y'all
with
two
you.
are out there.
The barbarian is sneaking. What is this? Like,
So y'all two are out there.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We just we're travelers, and our cart broke down, and we've been looking around, houses and such, trying to find someone who might be able to help us.
I don't believe I can help you.
Okay.
No, I have no business with you.
Okay. Though, I kind of like pointedly look at both of the skeletons, then back at him. So, on our quest to find this wheel and repair our cart, we talked to this woman who said that apparently her husband rose from the grave. And you've met her, it seems.
Ah, yes, her husband rose. Yeah, I'm right sorry about that. I'm not very good at this raising the dead thing.
Hey, Asher, real
Kind
quick.
of points.
Can you tilt your
Do
camera?
what?
Can you tilt your camera down a little bit, Asher? I'm just literally getting
Oh.
your eyes.
Okay.
There you go.
There.
Yeah. There you go.
Says, yeah, I'm not rather good at this. It kind of points to like undead and kind of like holds up his little book there.
Neither of those two know how to repair carts, do they?
Well, you can ask them, but I don't think they know rather much to do anything. I can't really control them. They just kind of came up here and, well, a lot of times they just stand for a while and then they move on. I don't really know whom. They kind of followed me back here.
Why did you bring them back?
I'm trying to raise the dead. I want, everyone's got their own school.
As a hobby, you raise the dead.
Well, I want to, do something. Maybe a guild can take me in, or I don't know. I can have companionship, I suppose, as well. There's nothing nefarious about this. I don't plan on having an undead army.
Well, you should try Sedaris. You can tell him Wayne recommended you.
Wayne, it's this Sedaris guild. Are you a member? Are you from there?
Sure.
Oh, you don't sound too sure of it.
Well, it's been a while. I've been there.
Oh, okay. Well, do you know how to raise the dead? You want to give it a stab?
I can try if you. I don't know. Actually, I just don't know. I mean, I'm sure I could learn. Just I don't know. It seems a bit rough, you know. Like, I mean, it doesn't seem very practical. You know, like you need a body, and then there's the decay, and you know, and people look at you weird and all that. I don't know.
Well, I can't go back to Vizima, and there's not much to do out here, so you know, it's some mage training. I don't know if any of y'all have it, but I don't know. It's not too bad. I guess I feel bad. Her husband was raised. She wasn't harmed, was she?
Nah, he's not aggressive.
Okay. Yeah,
It's still weird.
most of them aren't. They like these have kind of followed me around for about a day or so. And, you know, it's usually after maybe 4 or 5 days, they kind of go back in, you know, they just die again. And, you know, I'm getting better though. At first, like only half of it was raised and it would just be 2 legs and the body would be flailing about. That scared some children playing down the road. That was kind of funny, but maybe I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. But I don't know. There's, again, it keeps you occupied. Little bit of a legend growing, so.
What happened in Vizima that you can't go back?
There were complications.
Did you raise the wrong body, perhaps?
I might have. Are you from Vizima?
No, we're not. We're actually making a shipment in that direction here, and well, that's when our cart broke down.
Okay. Well, if you run into a man named Thatcher, you tell him he's a real arsehole for me, will you?
Well, do. So you say these bodies just they stop walking around after a certain point?
It's from what I've had now. It's about 5 days. Again, I'm getting better. One of these days, someone will come up and they'll be able to speak, and I'll be able to do it, and I'll be able to show all those. And he kind of catches himself. All those who said that it could not be done. I just need a little more practice.
Then what will you do with them?
I haven't really thought about that. It's more or less just to show that I can do it, and I don't know, maybe I could teach it to Bernard, or even maybe Oxenfurt, or a Mage's Guild. I don't know, something like that, just to say I did it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could. Sure, that's true. Well, if you can help with the cart, don't see any reason to stop you.
Okay.
So, have a good day, I guess. So I will say, can you undo this? I mean, if there's a body, can you undo it?
Not really. It just kind of comes when I repeat it. Nothing kind of happens. Something around there. Maybe a body will come up, but I guess I'll work on that after I perfect the raising part.
But that's an important thing, right? It's like, well, if you know how to make fire, you should also learn how to put it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the fire eventually goes out on its own, right? This kind of does too. There's no harm, no foul. No one's being hurt.
I mean, these dead people, they're not really able to consent to being back alive, so you could make an argument for harm there.
Well, they're dead, so I don't understand what the problem is. Have you never taken anything off a dead body?
Edmund seems to have retained some of his past self, the deceased husband of the woman we were just speaking with.
Ooh, what do you mean?
Seems to recognize his name and recognize his wife.
Well, we don't know that.
I mean, you got a feeling from there that he recognized like his name, and he recognized her, like he was kind of going to touch her hand. And
I mean, Wayne knows that, but to Wayne, it's like, you know, she recognized him as that, and she called him that, and then now the thing recognized that Edmund is its name. That doesn't mean that the thing remembers his past life. To Wayne, that's not proof, right?
Okay.
Wayne only prescribes to deduction.
So he gets excited at this, and he's like, "Oh, that's a first. Hey, now I am making progress. This is really good." And he starts kind of to like really think and kind of think hard.
But you do see how it would be alarming for people. Yes.
Yeah, I guess I can see that, but I
mean,
can't stop now.
Well, that's the thing. I'm with you. I think it's cool what you're doing. But listen, long term, what are the odds that people will actually think what you do is cool?
I mean, it was all the talk of mages back when I was learning to do this, so I think they would really like it.
I don't know. I guess it depends.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it would. But what would you like me to do? I can't stop.
Well, is this the only thing you're good at, raising people?
I mean, I've spent, years reading about it, and I've spent, about maybe 5 or 6 months kind of really working on it. I'm out here, there's no one really to bother me. And he kind of like points, and say y'all.
Yeah, I get that. But, when you want the recognition you're looking for, at some point you're going to have to go someplace where there's a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm trying to get this better now. And then once I get it better, and once I get full if he even somewhat recognized it or responded to it, like these here, they don't do anything. And he kind of goes up and is like, hey. And like the skeleton just isn't really like moving. He's like, well, I must be getting better if he was raised that way.
So what was the end goal? Do you think you'll be able to actually resurrect people?
Well, I already am.
No, you're not. That's not people.
That's their body.
Okay, you're right. Okay, you got me there. Semantics. But eventually, if unless you're just fooling with me, if that Edmund had some recognition of his wife, then that's a step in the right direction. That's more than I've had before. There's something there. Even if there's a response, even if he's only responding to, hey, Edmund, then there's a little bit more there than I've had. That's progress.
Well, that's fair. Just, be ready that I think a lot of people would not respond well to this.
Perhaps. Can I ask why you're here? Or
well,
what
once again, we need a wheel, and the woman wants to get rid of her husband's body, right? So we wanted to talk to you, see if maybe you knew how. And since you don't, we'll just go back and tell her to burn it.
Okay. All right, so I can stay here? All right, that's
Sure.
fine. Just, all right, whatever.
Okay.
Where'd you get that book from?
Mage. Some old mage had it, found it, kept it. I've always liked, the undead.
And there's no section in that about how to dispose of the undead?
Not really. Again, I don't think you really raise the dead to then unraise the undead. I think maybe you can just kill them again. I never really thought about that.
Well, just, I guess, an idea for further research.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to take a swing at this one, you can go ahead. I don't think it's going to care.
No, just, one day you might find yourself raising something by accident, and then you'll have a whole village after you for witchcraft. So, well, it's up to you, really.
Well, yeah, maybe.
All right. Well, good luck with the scholarship, eh? And we'll just turn back and head back to the house.
I guess burning the body is our option then.
So y'all are going to, again, I don't know what to overstep here, but y'all are going to remember that she asked y'all to get rid of him as well. Like she wanted to make sure that no one would be raised. Or I mean, y'all realize? Okay, just making sure. Okay. Are y'all going back to the inn?
Yeah, I mean, well, first I'm going back to, to Karen, since he's still hiding. And if he's okay with, going back to the woman, then yeah.
I mean, I think.
Okay, so you guys essentially fill me in on everything that entire conversation now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not what she asked us to do.
So,
Can't just leave him here. He's got to leave. Or,
So what?
and I point to the sword.
So your answer to this small quandary is to kill it?
No. He needs to leave. Or, sword.
No, I think we go back to the woman and we, she has a shed somewhere in there. And, if we get it open,
Sure.
I'm sure there's, we'll find something to fix the cart. And that's that. We'll pay her for, fair's fair. We'll pay her, but.
Maybe we could ask him to move further away from populated area.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that, I suppose.
If he's a loose cannon here, I guess I think that's the wrong turn of phrase. He might raise some dead that turn violent without even intending to.
Well, there's no proof of that.
I'm saying it's a possibility. Proof for possibilities is kind of a high bar.
I don't know. I think it's just an unknown quantity because people don't usually resurrect other people, right? So it's a bit weird, but I don't see anything wrong with it.
I point to the skeletons. You don't see anything wrong with that?
Do you?
I mean, they look
Kinda.
They look fine.
Okay, well, explain to me what's wrong with it.
It's not natural.
What-
What's dead should
what does it
stay
mean it's not
dead.
natural? Do you know that behind your meat bag you have these same bones on you?
I get that, but what's dead should stay
Yeah.
dead.
Why?
Because that's the natural order of life.
Who said that? That's stupid.
Snake venom is pretty natural. I'm just saying, not natural doesn't always mean good.
Yeah,
And
well-
besides, he's kind of doing an honorable thing to practice a craft for the sake of mastering it. He doesn't seem to have any bad intentions.
Well, who does, eh?
Doesn't have any bad intentions now.
Inadvertently bad intentions.
So what? Okay, he doesn't have any bad intentions now. So what? Then we're gonna kill anyone who might eventually do something bad? What the fuck?
I didn't
I think
say
there's enough
kill
death in
him.
this world, and killing him is not necessary.
I didn't say kill him. All I'm
Color is
saying
orange.
is he needs to told
Want
asked
to
to
scare him away?
get rid of him, have him move on, find another place to do this at.
That doesn't.
I mean,
that doesn't
it's-
get rid of the problem. It'll just do the same thing but further away to someone else. So, in your view, it doesn't change the problem more. So then just move it away.
Then he needs to not do it and just go to a guild and have them.
Well, I told him to go to Sidaris, but obviously he's not gonna. I mean, not
Sure.
anytime soon.
But
Is
that's
there necromancers in Sedaris?
Oh fucking no.
So did you study in Sedaris? You've been pretty wishy-washy about that this whole time, just to clear it up.
No, I haven't studied in Sidaris.
It's beside the point. He needs to go.
No, it doesn't. Look, Dewell, you're the tiebreaker here. So which is it?
I don't entirely agree with raising the dead. There's problems for me with a few things there that I guess it doesn't matter. There's all sorts of problems. It's not my place. The problem that he causes is raising the dead loved ones around here and re-traumatizing them with the loss of them again. it may turn into something violent. Stopping one person from doing this isn't going to stop all people from doing this. Asking him to move isn't going to stop him from doing this. We don't know about what undead he's already risen. I think sending him away isn't going to be any different from disposing of Edmund's body. The problem is that Edmund is back. We need help from this lady. This big picture problem here, I don't think we're really capable of solving it. I think the best we can do is
one solution. And again, I point to the sword. This ends it now. So it doesn't become a problem later.
That's, I think what Dewell means is that if he is capable of raising the dead, then other people surely are too. So eventually someone else will do it, and eventually we would, for the, I don't know, I guess my point is we might as well let it happen so that once someone truly understands it and has refined it, the method, then we can avoid that kind of, oh, I accidentally resurrected my neighbor's dog or whatever, right? So we don't want to,
or
big picture, you don't want to stop
this, and we take the book and hand it over to somebody that we know is going to put it to good use.
I don't feel right killing this guy.
Yeah, I'm not killing him.
I never feel right killing anybody. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do for the greater good.
Oh my god. You just said the words, Dewell. You said them. It's for the greater good. Let's do it. Let's hold hands and go under the rainbow for the greater good.
I get feeling compelled to help for the greater good, but experience has shown me it doesn't happen.
When you guys can stay here, I'll go deal with it.
Nah.
So, Kyron, are you going, or what are you doing?
No, I haven't gone anywhere yet.
Oh, okay.
You're acting like whatever he's doing is bad. It doesn't have to be. It's just unrefined. It's just
sure.
Like, imagine.
But I don't think this is the guy that needs to be refining it.
So you're gonna kill him because he made a mistake in his chosen profession? Or chosen...
if I don't have to kill him, I'm not going to. But I'm going to take the book and give the book to somebody that I know will take care of it and put it to good use.
So you're gonna steal from him?
Sure.
For the greater good. I can't,
Let me put it this way. I wonder how much that book is worth. Okay. You're all about money, right?
All right. So now we went from the greater good to just being flat out greedy.
I'm just trying to find a common bound here. Like, you're all about, you always want to get paid, right? Well, imagine how much that book is worth to somebody.
I think you paid me wrong. You're not helping yourself here.
Just go by what I see.
Well, I'm not flush it. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Look, that's my stance. It's not going to change now. The guy stays where he is. Well, he does whatever the fuck he wants. I'm not taking his book. I'm not killing him.
So, he's not... I'll use a kind of an allegory. We have a source of the problem, a disease, and then we have the symptoms. The symptoms are the bad part. The disease isn't really a disease. He's just kind of a guy practicing his craft. I think if we handle the bad parts that have come up, that'll be enough to keep us on our way. And I think that's our goal, is to keep moving and to head to Basima.
Okay, so very practically, what do you want to do? Because we still need to repair the cart.
We could try to reason with him about responsibility and magic and how he needs to move further away from the populace. and return, burn the body, and
Yeah, I agree with that.
isn't this her land too? We didn't even ask.
I don't
Just
think
moved in on her property.
Don't think there's such thing as property around here. But I agree with, making him burn the body takes responsibility for what he's done and correcting it. At the very least. I mean, long term, if you can't control it, then that's another problem. But if there's mishaps, you correct them. It's like, imagine if I were to put the forest on fire, then, I'd put it out, right?
Or, yeah, this is like an example of, say, Kyron, the shop next to you burns down because some accident at your shop. Doesn't mean you're a horrible person, but it would be best to rectify the situation.
You think you can convince him to take responsibility and put this right, and then
I think so.
move on to a mage guild? Maybe we take him back to Vizima, wherever.
Nah, I think he's gonna be wanting to stay out here for a while. But I think he seemed very end goal oriented. If that makes sense. So I think he'll understand the need to play the long game and play nice with people when he needs to be.
Yes, he's putting his own end game at risk here by being irresponsible.
Yeah. So I think it's a fair shot. And if he disagrees, then he disagrees. But we'll still burn the body.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's try again.
What are y'all doing?
Gonna go back to Duel. Do you want to do this, or should I?
He may have a better time listening to you if you could convince him that you're a magic user and you can connect to him on that level.
All right. Then I'll walk back to the necromancer. I'm not trying to surprise him. I'll just come like within his field of vision and such.
Okay, so you're like right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm going with you this time.
Okay.
Come up.
Okay. Hey, what's your name, by the way? I'm Wayne.
I just what? Why are y'all back?
Well, we had a bit of a talk with our companion here, and we felt we had a few things to talk to you about.
Okay.
At least I did. It's nothing crazy. Don't worry about it. But I think it needs to be said. So I'm just since I forgot to ask your name before.
Ron.
Ron. Okay. Wesley? No.
Larsley.
Okay. Ron.
Larsley.
Ron Larsley.
It's just Ron Weasley.
We're not getting copyrighted here.
Okay. Right. So here's the thing. Okay. I dabble too. Okay, I get it. Though my friends don't necessarily agree with what you're doing, I can see the importance of the work. But here's the thing. Imagine for a second that instead of raising zombies, raising people, what you were doing were instead pyrotechnics, right? And creating fire out of thin air. You follow me, right?
Yeah.
Right. And say by accident a spark came off and the whole forest starting to burn the fuck down. That's a problem, right?
But I'm not doing pyromancy.
You're not.
Okay, yeah.
You're correct. But you're following me, yeah?
Yeah.
So at that point, you try and rectify your mistake by putting the fire down, at least part of it, yeah? So that the whole forest doesn't burn down. Because you need the forest, right? It's a good thing. Right.
He's kind of like giving you a little, okay.
So here's the thing.
He's not fully following you.
So you made a mistake, and that woman's husband is raised. A bit like the forest that's on fire. That was a mistake.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
You should rectify it, right? Only makes sense.
Okay. Like, is this about the woman? Is it about her husband?
It's not about the woman, it's not about the husband, it's about
Okay.
the work. You see? Because, well, it's good that you've been able to raise more people, and it's good, that he might have some memory of his past life. That's all great. That's all very good, good advancement for the project. But long term, you still want people to recognize what you've been doing, and you want as many people as you can willing to talk in your favor, right? So you don't want an old crone coming out in 10 years being all like, oh, well, he raised my husband, but then didn't take care of it, and I had to do it myself, blah, blah, blah. You know where I'm going with this. So the point is, when you make a mistake, you rectify it. And plus, at some point, once you get to the mages, whether it's Barnard or whether it's Sidaris, doesn't matter. You'll want to have as much information as possible so you can exactly... you need to be able to control this stuff, because otherwise it's volatile, and we don't, obviously that's not good.
So you're saying I need to study more?
Well, I say, at least for the sake of the work, you need to understand how to control it better. And so starting with how to deal with rogue elements, mistakes that you didn't mean to happen, would be a good way to start, right? So helping to take care of that woman's dead husband, I think, would go a long way towards that.
I mean, I don't know how to unraise. We can try on these skeletons. I mean, do you have a weapon? You want to smash one, and I guess we can see what happens. There's a big stick over here.
Sure. I think burning would be best, I think. I mean, for bones don't...
I mean, if you want to burn, I don't care what you do with these skeletons or whatever. It doesn't affect me at all.
Listen, it's not about me. It's about the message. It's about optics. It sucks, but that's how it is. And,
what do you want me to do?
I want you to go to this woman, apologize for the mistake that's happened, and explain to her that you want to take care of her husband, to, unraise it. And then do it. At least try. And if it doesn't work, find a way to dispose of him as best as possible.
Okay. What about these other ones?
I don't care.
Oh.
But, again, until you've managed to control the work, you might want to go somewhere more secluded so this doesn't happen again.
Okay. I can do that. I can just move if that's fine. If it's too troublesome for her, if it's going to be an issue, I can go find remote places and go from there.
Yeah. And then, once you've got the control, down, then you can go to Staris or wherever. And I'm sure people will be interested. I mean, I'm interested. It's just, it's a bit too volatile for my taste currently.
All right. If that's going to solve this issue, that's fine. I can go down. I'll go deeper into the woods, and it'll be more secluded anyway. That may be better. All
right, then let's go and visit the woman then.
What are your intentions with all this? Like, why even do this?
Well, as I explained to your friends, that's my thing. I want my thing.
Right.
I'm sure you have a trade or a craft that you're good at, right? And well, this is mine. So, yeah.
Do I believe him?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
He's not threatening anything. He's not
right.
He's not doing anything like that. There's nothing he's showing. Like, these skeletons aren't. Again, they're doing exactly what they were doing before, and what he said. They're just kind of there, like suspended.
Right.
He's like, well, I don't.
What I mean,
again, I don't know how to stop the undead, so I'll just leave. I don't really need to go back there. Again, it'll go away. Like I said, it'll kind of go back on its own.
Why can't you just go study? Why can't? What happened in Vizima that you can't just study this at the Mage Guild there?
As I explained to your friends about that earlier, also, there was an issue.
Right.
Right, we have to tell
Due
Thatcher
to-
to go fuck himself.
There you go. Please do.
So, and that issue had nothing to do with your lack of control.
Well, I mean, possibly, but that was months ago.
How long have you been practicing necromancy?
I don't know. How long have you been an elf?
Well, I mean, I was born one.
Well, so was I. And he kind of just like smirks.
All right. So let me get this straight. A month ago, you had no control, and you still don't. What makes you think you're gonna get any going forward?
Because I'm making progress. We went over this. It's getting progress. You said Edmund was doing all the things that these other ones aren't doing. It's getting there.
All right. Well, hopefully.
It's good
Alright,
you're
well
making
then-
progress, and you're making note of the progress you're making. But I think it's a little bit of what do the mages and scholars call it? I think academic honesty, when you recognize your shortcomings as well.
I am. That's why I'm getting better. That's why I'm studying out here. And he holds up his books. He's like, what do you want me to do? Snap my fingers and all of a sudden be an expert?
Oh God, don't we both wish it would solve this a lot quicker?
It really,
I
really
see.
would.
You're willing to move on so that less people are harmed in the future, and we can move forward, I guess, with this plan.
Yes, I'm gonna go away. There won't be anything around here. And if you're ever north of here in the woods, if you see a skeleton, by then maybe they will be able to tell you where I'm at. So
I think this says good things about you, and it kind of makes me wonder what's wrong with Thatcher. You seem like a pretty decent guy.
well, he might have a different story, but I guess there's always
What's
two,
his-
three
what do you-
multiple sides.
What do you say his story is gonna be?
I don't know. You know, it's whatever it is, it's not important. Yeah, it's like I said, it was months ago. Things happened, mistakes were made, and well, I'm never going back there. So, but maybe if you find him, you can ask him as well. But until then, I will move on. You can tell the woman that everything will be fine, and you know, good luck with your cart, I suppose. And he kind of starts like backing away now, kind of towards the edge there, and the skeletons kind of stay in place.
All right. Then I guess I kind of want to wait until he's gone and then smash the skeletons.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. We shouldn't be leaving these guys here.
So he just slowly, and he kind of waves again and is like, safe travels.
You don't need these two still, do you?
And he just bolted into the woods.
Oh, he's gone. Oh.
All right, so y'all go up and you just smash through. You know, you take your sword or take a rock or whatever, and you just smash them, and they just kind of crumple to the ground. And once they're kind of separated, they're not exactly like magically held together. And like if you kind of cut off like right at the elbow, that part comes up and it's no longer separated, but the rest is. But if you like cut it in half, like right at the hip, like the bottom's still all together and the top's still all together. And like Wayne, you can just tell there's still like a magic kind of presence around there, like around the skeletons.
Hmm.
But as you smash them, they just kind of crumple back on the ground. And
All right.
oh, I guess
Well, as
that's
long
good.
as as long as there's just skeletons, and if you break them into enough parts, they won't be able to do any harm, which I don't think they'll be able to do anyway. But yeah, I'll just break them and take a bone just as proof that we've done, that we've smashed the skeletons for the woman.
Okay.
And that's that.
All right, y'all heading back.
Yep.
Y'all heading back to the shack.
Yep.
All right, so as you get back, you kind of make your way there. You remember the way you came. It really wasn't that far. And you get back to kind of the shack and that grave, and you see as you emerge, like the woman kind of laying next to the grave. And Like the grave has been kind of put back over, and she's got a little shovel there, and the grave is fresh right where it was before, but now the dirt's over it, and she's kind of just like laid next to the grave, and she appears to be no more.
Oh,
She's
dead.
dead next to the grave.
Yeah, but in her hand, it looks like, there's something like kind of in her hand, like kind of over her.
Oh, I'm instantly just glaring at fucking Wayne.
Okay. Wayne doesn't care. He's not looking at him.
I go up to this woman's body. Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna look at what's in her hand?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so her hand...
Wayne's looking at like the body, if it has any wounds or something, or if she died of like natural causes.
Okay, roll of medicine.
All right.
And Dewell, you find like a key kind of in her hand.
17.
17. So there's nothing in there that shows any kind of wounds. And again, just kind of you put your hand up to her, there's no pulse. You kind of just can make out that this was kind of like an old age thing, that it was when old people, buried her husband, and just looks like she hit that great beyond.
Yeah. All right. Then I guess I'll go inside if I can, or maybe she close it.
You going inside the house?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's again, the house is pretty much what it was. Some of the stuff that had kind of been knocked over.
Just looking for Edmund.
For him, no, you do not see him.
He's not there.
There's no sign of him.
Okay. Does it look like maybe she buried him again?
Yeah, the grave was very freshly put over. Yeah, the dirt was fresh put on the grave.
Okay.
So you can very much deduce that she like reburied him.
All right. All right. Well, it's a open and shut case, right? I guess we can try and find a wheel in there and be on our way.
All right, y'all looking through this shed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all go look through the shed, and you find one that doesn't look exactly like it, but it's similar to it. And on top of that, you find like an extra, like an extra kind of like axle rod. You kind of find this pieces of like spare wood, and just kind of other stuff, like basic stuff like that, as well as some like basic like tools, like hammers, ball pens, like little bit shovels, kind of all these like basic tools kind of be back there, like a hammer, shovel, and whatnot, and just kind of other just mixture stuff in there.
I let them know what we need. And then, can you guys grab that, take it to the cart, and I'm just going to go bury her.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so you bury her right next to him?
Yeah.
All right, so you can bury her, and if you want to put like a headstone or whatever you want to do in that aspect, knock yourself out.
I don't even know a freaking name, so...
Yeah, I guess we didn't catch her name, did we?
Yeah. My dear Edmund and elderly woman.
Say a few words.
She was nice. Enough.
Heartfelt. All right, so you get the wheel back on. There's no real rush, so you're very easily, like Kyron and whoever else can kind of easily like hold it up, take that other wheel off. It's pretty self-explanatory how to put it on, the spokes and all that. And like I said, there's other stuff kind of around there. And if y'all are ready to go on, if y'all are ready there, we can take off.
Vizima, wee!
Wazima.
On the road to Vizima.
On the road again. Oh, did I? Yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't. There we go. All right, so you're getting there. You're getting there. This time it's kind of like towards the mid-afternoon. I don't know. Y'all went in a little circle there. That's what that is, apparently. I went a little square there. You kind of caught back up. So you kind of get there. You start to see some signs. There's a little bit kind of more activity. You can see more people kind of been there. It's not saying Vizima, this kind of way. And there's not really too many offshoots, as this really is like the only main road and nothing else is really too far around there. And then as you get to... Actually, ooh, there we go. All right, so as you get to this, there's kind of a little crossroads area. It looks like it's a place where people kind of pull off and kind of like make a stop. Like there's no real place like a rest stop you'd see here in real life that has all this stuff in there. But it looks like a place off the road where people kind of always like stop to kind of take a break. You see this little sign that points to this kind of little trail off of a road that says Magical Spring, come have your worries washed away. And towards like this end of this kind of, you see the sign, kind of this end, this little stream, you see this kind of like rickety structure that's almost like a booth. And it's got like these advertisement things around saying like Magic Spring, all this in there. And you kind of see this very large, like rock looking thing kind of around this little rickety structure.
What time of day is it?
It's like mid-afternoon.
Does this look like a scam? I mean, if I wanted to ambush people, I'd direct them to a Magical Spring, yeah?
So it's a way to get people to take all their gear off and...
Sure. I say we just keep going and get to Vizima.
So the big, like, rock thing is kind of, like, moving as y'all see it.
Ooh, I don't
Moving
like that.
how?
Do what?
Moving how? Like, in what way?
Roll perception.
Okay.
When's like, so we go in then, right?
15.
All right, so as you're looking, you can kind of make this out. It's like this little rock troll that's kind of going around, and you can see it's got this like top hat on, and it's got this big bow tie. And he's kind of like moving around this like area around this little sign, and he's kind of like tinkering with it and kind of moving like these little stuff around.
Welcome to Shoop's Magical Spring. Oh man, I don't know,
think
guys.
that's a rock troll up there. Those are always fun.
Are they?
Well, he's wearing a hat, so he doesn't seem like one of them stupid mean ones. He seems like a sentient one, if you will, for lack of a better word.
So you want to check out the Magical Spring then?
I do, but we're in a hurry.
Let's just finish this job.
It's a
Let's get to
non-answer.
Vizima.
Yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust rock trolls, and I don't trust Magical Springs. I'm a pass on this one.
All right, y'all continuing on?
Yeah, I think we should go.
All right. So y'all get going on, and now you're kind of getting around maybe like 5 p.m. or whatnot. And in the horizon, you kind of see Vizima, and you start to see the large towers. It's a massive city. And you can see the sun as it comes down, it's shimmering off the lake. And again, it's a bit much bigger than Sidaris. Kind of on, you say Novigrad would be a little bit more dense, but again, Vizima being the capital, traditional capital of Temeria, it's again very, very large in the distance. As you kind of trot along, you kind of behind you hear these like yelling behind you of God. Like clear the area, clear the road. And you turn around and you see like this lead of soldiers. You make out again, Temerian and all that. You're very common with the blue and all that. These Viziman, like Temerian soldiers that are like in the road behind you, telling you to get off the road.
I get off the road.
Don't
Best
pull
I
over.
can.
Okay, so you pull off to the side, and you see like these 4 soldiers kind of leading it. You know, they're very heavily armed, very much at the front, and they don't pay you any attention. Like they kind of just go by, and there's a little cart behind them, and it appears to be like a prison cart. And you see these kind of big, like little cages, some metal bars. It's decently big. You know, it might be about like 5 or 6, but as you kind of look as they go through, you kind of make eye contact with one kind of sitting on the side, kind of looking out, holding the bars, and you make out that this is Anselm. In the cart.
Jesus.
It didn't take long.
And it goes by,
What is with this guy?
and as he goes by, he just kind of looks, and just was just like, I don't think, like he like kind of like shakes his head, like, nah, that couldn't have been. And then the rear guard comes up, and there's like 4 of them again, and then they kind of go by, and they're headed like straight for Vizima.
Oh my god.
Do you want to ask those should we ask the soldiers what? It's more likely to run us
Say
over for
anything to
being in
us?
the way.
No way. Yeah. Oh, fuck me. What did he do?
This guy
Do you
keep
really
pissing people
care?
off.
Hmm?
Do we really care what he did?
Well, I do.
He might be our best source of information for what we missed.
Yeah. Like, at least he might know what the fuck was up in Sidaris, though he came from... Where did the contingent of soldiers came from where we came from, right? Or from a different road?
No, they came up from behind you.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
so
the
they
one
came-
main road.
Yeah, so they came from the east and not from Sidaris or anything. So, I mean...
Yeah, there's a
from-
main road that y'all are on, but there are offshoots. But yeah, there's just one main one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, but I mean, essentially what I mean is that the soldiers could have come from pretty much anywhere on the eastern side of Temeria.
And anywhere from behind you, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, we can't be guaranteed that Ansem was still in Sidaris when the plague happened or whatever, but he might still know, you know, what Reinhardt's been up to, or what if Reinhardt survived, that kind of stuff. So it's still valuable to, you know, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to, you know, check out the barracks in Vizima and maybe we can talk to him at least. I'm not saying free him, depends what he's been doing, right? But maybe he could give us some info. It's worth checking out.
Sure.
I think so.
All right, so as y'all kind of talk there, right as y'all are about to get back on the road, coming up from behind you, you see about 5 riders on horseback, and they've got kind of scarves, their faces are hidden, and they've got kind of crossbows and swords kind of ready as they are in a hurry. You know, again, they kind of look at you again, but again, they pay you no heed as they speed towards the soldier transport.
And they had no sort of uniform or anything.
No, they appear to be, which you would guess is brigands.
Right. Or humans.
They're all, yeah. Which you can make out. Like, again, they're kind of covered in faces and all that, which you can make out
Yeah.
from there. Yeah.
But definitely not dwarves, right? Or halflings.
There you go. Definitely not dwarves or halflings. And with that, we're going to stop there.
Damn, okay.
Right as y'all on the doorstep of Vizima.
I guess they're going to save Anselm, something? Like,
Yeah, what's that?
how
That's what it kind of looks like to me.
Because you said how many people were there? You said like
There's like 5 other prisoners there.
no, but I mean in terms of there's 5 other
5.
prisoners, but like there's like how many soldiers?
Like there's like 4 and 4, so 8.
Oh, okay. In my head, I was like, oh, it's like a fucking platoon, you know,
Oh, like a
50
column?
fucking.
Yeah. No. it's
Okay,
like
because I
4
was
at the
like,
front,
wait,
4 at the
these
back.
5 guys want to fight this the fucking yeah.
The whole
But okay.
army.
Yeah.
The King's Guard. Yeah. All right. Well, y'all got anything else before we go?
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good.
Nope.
Nope.
Hey, I know Necromancer now. How good is this?
There you go. You remember Thatcher. Tell him he's an ass or an arsehole. There you go. All right. Again, thanks everyone for joining us. Make sure you check out all these social links below so you know whenever we go live or whenever anything comes up. And until next time, we'll see you.